I don't think it's any secret that Linda Tripp has come in for her share of criticism since the Clinton scandals began. But it is a rather unfortunate thing in today's society that you can get criticized often as much for the way you look as for what you do. During the White House sex scandal, her appearance was lampooned mercilessly on late-night talk shows. But that was the old Linda Tripp. Here's how she looks today, after about $30,000 worth of plastic surgery and a diet that stripped away 40 pounds. Joining us is the plastic surgeon responsible for her transformation, Dr. Geoffrey, and it's good to have you with us. It is quite a difference in the way she looks today and what we were familiar seeing during all those times when it was on the nightly news, night after night after night. Talk me through the surgery and what you did.
Well, first of all, with respect to her appearance, Linda deserves a lot of credit too, because she lost about 30 pounds, and that really helped the end result quite a bit. She had, if you look at that picture that you just demonstrated on screen, that's really only after 2 weeks before the final transformation occurred at 12 or 13 weeks. She had basically a facelift, an eyelid operation, a rhinoplasty, which is nasal reconstruction, and a chin implant.
Now, you say that very quickly, but those are four rather major pieces of surgery, aren't they?
Absolutely.
In each case. So what did you do?
Well,
when you say a facelift, I don't know what
well, generally
that entails.
speaking, when we do a facelift, we make an incision from the hairline, and it comes back around the tragus, that's that little cartilage portion of your ear, back behind the ear and into the hairline. And then we elevate what we call a cervical, meaning neck, facial flap. And once that's elevated, we tighten the muscles a little bit underneath and redrape the skin so it looks anatomically correct, and then tailor it and sew it together.
And the rhinoplasty, the nose, designed to do what?
Well, the rhinoplasty is a complex operation that has to do two things. It has to maintain form and function at the time you do the operation, so that if you're improving the appearance, you don't want to hinder the breathing at all. And so the first thing you do is straighten out the inner aspects of the nose and maintain the integrity of the airway, and then improve the appearance.
And what did the chin implant do?
The chin implant, we like a third, a third, and a third. That's the classic form of beauty. And if we put a chin implant in for people who are a little shallow in their chin, it balances the face.
When someone comes into you and says, I want to very basically change my appearance, that's a very profound thing that someone is doing. Do you talk them through this to try to determine if they're doing this for the right reasons? What kinds of questions do you ask?
Well, the consultation's in depth. The first thing that happens is a patient fills out a medical form so we know their past history, because obviously you have to be healthy to have this kind of surgery. On the form, they usually sign what they're considering doing, like if they want a facelift or rhinoplasty, liposuction, or whatever, and I then show them a videotape produced by the American Society of Plastic Surgeons. Once they've done that and they come in and have their consultation, they're pretty educated about what they think they want to do, and then we get in depth.
But is the why of why they're doing it explored?
Absolutely. For example, you would never want to do cosmetic surgery on someone who's just gone through a divorce, just had a loss, a death in the family, had some major emotional crisis, because this is surgery of the psyche. It's emotional. And if you put this type of surgery on top of emotional crisis, you're asking for a lot of trouble. Also, they have to have the right idea of why they want to do it. This is not going to change people's lives, and it's important for them to understand that.
Yes, it doesn't solve problems.
No. If it's part of a process of self-improvement, for example, losing weight, getting connected with your own inner spirit, that type of thing, and you want to look your best and feel your best, it's a great thing. But if you're doing this thinking it's going to change your life, that's not the case.
I was very intrigued by something you said to me while Tony was doing the weather, that women actually deal with these kinds of profound changes better than men do.
Well, the reason for that is women are used to changing. They'll change their hairstyle, they'll change their makeup, they'll change their clothing. Men are not so used to changing, because I said you and I both wear that suit and tie all the time, and all of a sudden if you do something and change somebody dramatically, they might have trouble adjusting to it.
All right, Geoffrey, thank you very much. Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.